Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Chum here, and today, as I'm sure many of you guys know, is Pokemon Day. And to celebrate, I've decided to make a bunch of different videos about Pokemon and all sorts of different things involving Pokemon. This today, of course, as you can tell by the title, is going to be my favorite memories of Pokemon and what Pokemon means to me. Then later today, I'll be doing a video about what 6 Pokemon would make up my team in the Pokemon world, and this is completely irrelevant of stats, completely irrelevant of how it's competitive in the game. It's all about as if I was in the region or in any region, what 6 Pokemon would make up my party. And then finally, I have a very special video featuring Pokemon drinks from Japan. Very exciting. But today, let's just jump into this topic, and of course, what Pokemon means to me and my favorite Pokemon memories. Well, as I'm sure some of you know, because I've mentioned it a couple times on my channel, I have been playing Pokemon since Generation 1. The very first core Pokemon game I had ever played was Pokemon Yellow. However, I do admit I was a little late to the party. In fact, I actually got Pokemon Yellow on a Game Boy Advance, which of course means by the time that I had this, Game Boy console, Gold and Silver and Crystal were already out. But I did pick up with Yellow because, my parents didn't want to fork out a lot of money for me to play games, so they got the cheap game, Pokemon Yellow, rather than the more expensive and newer games, Pokemon Gold, Silver, Crystal. But I'm not complaining because playing Pokemon from Generation 1 was a blessing. So like I said, I played Yellow, absolutely loved the game, I played the hell of it, I started it like so many times, I played through it a billion times, and then fast forward to a little bit in the future, I actually ended up getting a Nintendo 64 and getting Pokemon Stadium, and of course you guys could plug in your cartridge to Pokemon Stadium and play with your Pokemon from Yellow, and I believe Gold and Silver maybe on Pokemon Stadium 2 in that game, and that was the best thing for me. I absolutely loved that. It was so cool. I was like, yo, the Pokemon that I bred on this are able to battle in here, and it was such a fun time, and Pokemon Stadium was amazing because it has all these mini games that I absolutely love, and I would 10 out of 10 would bring Pokemon Stadium content to the channel if I found a way to record it, because it's one of my favorite Pokemon games of all time. Anyway, fast forward a little bit, I actually didn't end up playing Generation 2 in its full extent. I played a little bit of Silver, and I played some Crystal, but I don't think I ever really got through the game fully until I played the remakes, because I was one to, get my 8 badges and call it a day, whereas of course in that game, you get your 8 badges to beat the Elite Four, you get some more badges, and it's like, it's a whole big journey, and I never really went and did that. But still, it's been such a ride. Generation 3, like I said, I played every single generation of Pokemon. My hype for Pokemon kind of fell off towards Gen 5. In fact, Gen 4, I didn't really like initially. I personally was one of those people who was like, ew, it's on a new console, I don't want the game. But once I got said new console and started playing the game, I absolutely loved it. Generation 4 to this day is my favorite. Gen 5, like I said, I dropped off a little bit of Pokemon. I wasn't playing it a lot around that time. But I do have some spectacular memories of Generation 5. In fact, let's jump into this memory right now. And that is the one time when I was playing Black and White 2. So I had one of the games, my friend had another one. And we were sitting in biology class. I believe I was in grade 11 at the time. Maybe grade 12. And we're sitting in the back of the class with our DSs in our pencil cases, and we're battling. And at this time, we were actually battling amidst, the mid-game. So we were, at some point during the game, we decided, hey, let's battle. We hadn't finished, we hadn't built teams, we hadn't done anything. We were playing with playthrough teams, and my friend was actually a little bit further in the game than I was. It's really interesting because that meant he had a higher level Pokemon than me. I believe my Pokemon level 26 or so, and his were level 30 to 33, and I was like, I'm gonna lose. But of course, me being the confident Pokemon master I am, I didn't give up, and after a very hard fought battle, I actually ended up winning, and I was so excited I forgot my surroundings for a second. I jumped out of my chair, stood up and was like, yeah, I win! And everyone in my class turned around and looked at me. Even my teacher stopped and looked at me, and I was like, sorry, never mind that. And I just sat back down again and was just like, it was the funniest thing, honestly. I say Gen 5 doesn't have, isn't one of my favorites, but I mean, it has one of my favorite memories, which is kind of crazy. But it was a really funny, it was a really interesting instance, and I thought it was, it's one of my most memorable Pokemon memories to this day, because it was so stupid. I jumped out of my chair in the middle of class and was like, yeah, I win in a Pokemon battle. Ridiculous. Anyway, Generation 6, I got so much more into Pokemon. That was the first game I learned about IVs. In fact, I actually learned about EVs the first time in Generation 4, when I found out that my Torterra was outspeeding things in a weird manner. I was like, why are you faster than this? Why are you faster than that? And I learned that was because I had been grinding against Floatzel, which gave me max speed EVs, which meant I was super fast. And I was like, yo, that's a really cool mechanic. I should try and learn more about EVs, and I did. Anyway, back to Generation 6, like I said, I learned all about IVs in that game, learned about competitive breeding, first got into what I'd call competitive battling. Not that I play in any kind of real tournaments or do smoke on a lot. You guys know how I play Pokemon, right? I just have some teams built to the best of their ability, the best of my ability, and I play with them. And me and my friends would do a lot of this stuff. We play Pokemon a bunch. One of my friends is Jeremy. He's like such a rival to me. I probably can beat him like quite easily because he's as much as he knows about the meta, and how much he plays more. Like I don't know. My game sense is on point. I don't know. My predicts are real. I don't know. I don't know why I'm calling him out in this video. Good thing he probably won't watch it, so he'll never know. But yeah, we've had some pretty interesting matches. In fact, before we actually battled, we talked a lot about all the teams we were breeding and how we were so into like competitive Pokemon. And after our first battle, we actually tied. It was a really, really cool moment for us, and I thought it was really amazing because it's like there's a rivalry that we've been talking about and going on about for such a long time, and kind of met its epitome with us actually learning all about competitive Pokemon and going head to head one more time. And it was so cool that it ended in a tie. It felt like an anime episode. It was great. Admittedly, it was because of misplay. If I didn't misplay the way I did, I would have just won. So it's weird. Anyway, another great memory that I have in Generation 6 was actually one time when I was at uni. So you guys know I've been through uni. I'm out of uni. But during uni, Gen 6 came out. I believe my first year of uni, Generation 6 came out. And one of my favorite memories is that a friend of mine, Luke, you guys may know him. I may have mentioned him in a couple of previous videos. He and I used to go to a cafe during our breaks and we just hang out and talk and catch up, right? Of course, with Pokemon being out, we were at the cafe, we were playing Pokemon, we were having a blast. And we realized that when we want to, pair up with the Street Pass function, or like, the passerbys, that's what it was, we noticed that there were a few other passerbys in the area. We looked around the cafe and we found the other people playing Pokemon on the booth next to us, and we just shuffled over into that booth. We're like, hey, you guys playing Pokemon? They're like, yeah. Like, yo, you guys want a double battle or like multi-battle? And so we just grouped up and battled against these people in a random multi-battle. It was such a cool experience to be like, hey, you guys play Pokemon? Let's battle. It kind of felt like the game, like in the universe, how that you look at someone, you're like, you're a Pokemon trainer, let's battle. It felt like that. It was such an amazing experience. And it was another one of those times where it was actually mid-game. So we were all, middle of the game, about 3 or 4 badges in, level 30s and so forth. Like I had Charmeleon and stuff like that. Like it was such a wonderful experience, a wonderful battle, and it was really, really crazy, man. I absolutely love Generation 6 for the memories that it gave me with all the fun times at uni and being able to play with friends during uni, and definitely ignoring lectures, playing Pokemon during uni. I definitely feel like Pokemon held me back a little bit towards the end of that year in uni. But it was such a great time, and Pokemon has been such an amazing experience for me. And of course, Gen 7, the latest generation. Gen 7 brought me some booms in the channel. It really, really did. I mean, I did a little bit of Pokemon content and like, DS capture content on the channel with Generation 6 because it was one of my favorites, and I got my capture card very, very soon before Gen 7 came out. So I made some videos, and Generation 7 came out. I was making item guides. I was making all sorts of videos, and the channel really, really boomed. I'm pretty sure before Gen 7, I was below 2,000 subscribers, and it got me above and beyond. And while I had a bit of a rough year, 2018 has been really, really good to me so far, and the end of 2017 was actually really good with Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon, should I say. So Pokemon's absolutely amazing, and like, I know I haven't really said it much, but Pokemon means so much to me. It really does. Like, this series that I've loved since I was a kid, since I was like 5 years old, I can't even fathom it. Like, it's as old as I am, and of course I didn't get into it when I was 2 years old, but oh my goodness, it's been so amazing for as long as I played it. And it's really interesting because, in fact, as a kid, my parents didn't like me watching Pokemon. They didn't care much for it because they thought that it was just about people who would have their pets fight each other, for glory or whatever. And they didn't like that mentality. They didn't want me to learn from that mentality. But a friend of mine, an older friend of mine who was like, he's about 2 years older than me, he actually convinced my parents that I should like be allowed to watch Pokemon because it's all about friendship and camaraderie, not about, fighting animals. And my parents, gave it a chance, and they probably regret it to this day because I still play Pokemon like a maniac. But it's been an incredible journey with Pokemon, and I've come such a long way from just playing casually in the old games and like playing a bunch, restarting the game over and over and over again, getting to Gen 4 where I found value in, the post game. I would go out of my way and catch Pokemon that I hadn't already caught, like the new evolutions that came in Generation 4. I learned about EVs and how to, train Pokemon to the best of my ability. Then later in Generation 6, I learned about how to breed Pokemon to the best of my ability and battle a little bit. And of course, here we are today playing Generation 7, battling people on stream, which is absolutely ridiculous. And, having this healthy community on my YouTube channel, which is amazing. Like, when I first started this, I believe in 2015, I didn't think that we'd get this big, and it's absolutely amazing to see such a fun, loving community that we built here, and of course on our Discord as well, which if you're curious, link in the description. Pokemon's been a gift to my life. It's been absolutely amazing. I cannot thank those who have made Pokemon the series it is today for how much that they've done and how much the series has impacted my life. Absolutely incredible. I feel like I'm going on way too much with this video, but Pokemon is such a crucial part of my life, and it's so good to be able to celebrate that on a given day in the year, the day that celebrates the release of the first ever Pokemon game. Absolutely spectacular. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap things up here. I thought you found some of these Pokemon memories and, you know, this kind of history with me and Pokemon and what it means to me interesting. If you did, hit that like button, of course, and if for some reason you're watching this, you're not subscribed, but you happen to like me, feel free to hit that subscribe button, because there's plenty more content coming very, very soon, and I play a lot of Pokemon, and trust my subscribers when they say that my content is interesting to say the least. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.